real estate, it's really easy once you understand what you're doing. I mean, if you learn and you understand the methodology and you understand basically the algorithm, it's really easy. I mean, it's like you'll get on a basketball court and not knowing the rules. It's kind of the same. Once you know the rules, it's easier for you to understand. And if you're very high and you're very athletic, it's really easier for you.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pro Show. I'm your host, Erika, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by Noam Shpalter, a powerhouse in real estate and investing. Noam, it's so awesome to have you on the show today.
Great being here.
So let's dive on in. Noam, for those who may not know your story, can you give us the rundown? How did you get started in real estate and investing?
I always say that I got into real estate by mistake because I'm a tech guy. My background is tech. I had several startups and tech companies. And after I sold a company, the first or second company, way back in 2006, 7, I was looking to invest something. So someone told me, I had a cousin that told me, you need to invest in real estate. So I did, just bought something, lost money on it. And after I lost money, I decided that it was the first time I invested in something that I didn't understand it. So I started studying real estate and just fell in love with it because it was really like the tech world I came from, because you need to understand the data, you need to understand to analyze everything, you need to see the product, you need to understand the product. And after starting studying it, I started investing it, and I saw that basically, I know that some of the viewers will not like it, but real estate, it's really easy once you understand what you're doing. I mean, if you learn and you understand the methodology and you understand basically the algorithm, it's really easy. The only thing you need to do is to get money, because once you know how to do it and you have money, it's really easy. Erika, as you must know, once you understand any game, I mean, it's like you'll get on a basketball court and not knowing the rules. It's kind of the same. Once you know the rules, it's easier for you to understand. And if you're very high and you're very athletic, it's really easier for you. So if you learn real estate and you start doing the things right with the right methodology and the right algorithm, it becoming really easy. And this is what I did. I just took my tech background as to analyze things and things like that, and just started to invest. And from there, we just grew up. I connected to join forces with a good friend of mine for 25 years, who came from the real estate field. and just started investing.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And started to grow. And happily, today we're in 2025, and we just passed the 700 million assets under management all across this coast. And I can say that we're still using the same methodology and the same algorithms as we started with single family homes in Florida. Just the same thing, but with a large quantity.
That's exciting. Let's talk a little bit more about what you're doing. Can you share all the different markets that you're operating in, and how do you decide where you want to strike deals?
Well, I think that's one of the main things that every real estate investor should start with the question of where and why. Because many beginner investors are starting to invest next to their homes or to areas they love. I mean, I met a fresh investor a few weeks ago in a seminar and told me, yeah, I live in St. Augustine, Florida, and it's an amazing area. I'm going to invest there because people will always come there. And I just asked him, okay, what is the number? What are the numbers? What's the crime rate? What are the immigration rate? What are the current rates for rent, for buying houses? Are they going up? Are they going down? Are people joining the city or leaving the city? And he was like, I don't know. And I told him, listen, I know you love the area, but you need to understand the numbers. So every time we go to invest, we check all those things. When we go into a new city, a new area, we check those things. And we check the inner immigration. We check what's going on with the commercial side. We check what's going on with the crime rate, what's going on with other real estate investors or big companies. Are they coming to this area or they're leaving? For example, if we're looking at Southwest Florida, most of the large constructors are leaving the area. And if you understand the macro understanding of the things, you understand what's coming up. Because when you see all the large companies leaving an area and you see the numbers that this area is still strong, still have great employment numbers, still have great salaries, and still have immigration for people coming in the area, you understand that, okay, now they're leaving because a specific reason. If we're talking about Southwest Florida, for example, they had the worst 2 years of the decade in the Southwest Florida. Prices are going down. You have a lot of inventory. But if you look at the details, you have inventory for, depends on the city, between 4 and 7 months, which is a lot. But if the builders stop building in 4 to 7 months, you're going to have a different problem because you're going to finish buying all the houses that you have, but no one is building new houses. So in a year or two, you're going to have a different problem because you're not going to have new homes for those who are coming and still coming to the area. So this is one of the things you need to look at, like the numbers. And when we go into new cities, we first check all the numbers without even looking at the deal. I mean, I want to understand the city before I know if I want to build there or buy there and what. For example, there are cities in Ohio that I would never build or buy homes to rent because the rent is not going up and the houses are old.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And it's very expensive to build there. But I look at the immigration and I see that more and more people are coming to the city. And I know that the average salary is much above the average for the city is much above the national. And in areas like that, I will buy a shopping center because I know that people have money, they're coming there. And if it's not a big city, and we already have a lot of statistics and numbers about that, people are buying less online and more in stores. So this is a good place to buy a shopping center because people need places to buy. They will not drive an hour for things that they need. So you need local shopping centers. On the other hand, if we're looking in cities that have a huge immigration into the city or specific areas in the city, but they don't have any new homes there, and you see that the average salary is just going up and up every year, you know two things. First, lack of homes. Second, people with money are going there, so they want good houses, nice houses, and above average houses. It's not affordable housing. So this is, for example, an area that we bought a land to buy 19 homes, luxury homes, because we understood that, okay, this is a huge neighborhood of luxury homes, but you don't have even one home for sale, and you hardly have any homes for rent in this area. But people want to live there because it's a luxury area and people have the money. So these are some of the things that we're looking at when we go into new places. I'll give you one last example. We just bought a huge land in Washington, D.C. 10 minutes walking to the White House, right across the Union Square. It's an amazing area. People at the beginning told us that we're crazy because Dodge is going to cancel a lot of employments and they're going to fire a lot of people in Washington. You remember the news about 3 months ago. People are going to be fired. I went and looked at the numbers. You hardly have any home to rent in this area. The rents are only going up, and all the offices, the government offices, are telling people, okay, you need to come back to work from the office. And if all the young professionals needs to come to work from their office, they don't have cars. They're using the subway or the public transportation. So they want to live close to where they work, just like Manhattan, for example. They want to be close to the subway. The same thing in Washington, D.C. They want to be close to their work. So when we look at that piece of land to build 470 apartments, this is the thing that we look for. And people thought we're crazy. But the bank, who again has numbers, analysts, and checking all the numbers, gave us an appraisal of 3 times of the number we bought the land. 3 times. And again, it's all about the numbers. You need to understand the area you're investing in.
Yeah, that is a great approach with these examples that you shared. How do you assess whether a deal has enough upside to justify the capital and effort? I know you talk about the numbers, but let's get into that further.
Well, we look at it as we have several go, no go items. First, we never buy a real estate for the asking price or the appraisal price. There is enough work for everyone. There are enough deals for everyone. And if we buy a deal, we want to know that we have a profit when we purchase the deal. That means that if we buy a building, I want to know that I bought it under market. If I buy a shopping center, I want to know I bought it under market.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And this is the reason that I told you earlier, we're buying from a distressed owners, because a distressed owner needs to cut the numbers. He needs to do a fast sale and things like that. And we just closed last week. We closed another shopping center in North Carolina, and the seller said that at the beginning of the negotiation, I don't need the money. I'm not giving you a dime less than what I asked for. And we gave him a counter offer, and he said, no way. I said, okay, but we can close it in less than a month. Okay, let me think about it. And once he said, let me think about that, we knew we're just now talking about the deal and not about the number. And after we closed the number and we got the updated appraisal, we told him, okay, this is the number, but we wanted to buy it 5% under market. I put it on the table from the first second. I'm not going to buy market, 5%. And the appraisal was lower than the number he asked for. So I told her, okay. I told him, okay, I want to do 5% below the appraisal. No, we already closed the deal. Okay, so we don't need to close it. It's okay. I told you I'm looking for 5% below appraisal. And because it was distressed, and we knew that if someone is selling a 12% yielding asset, something is wrong with the owner and not with the asset. Because if the asset is yielding 12% every year, he has no reason to sell it unless he needs money. And again, that's information. That's the numbers. That's the details. That's the analysis that you need to do. So we knew he's going to. Also, the broker told us, listen, he needs the money. He prefers a fast sale. So we gave him an offer. Okay, we can close tomorrow, but 5% below the appraisal. And we closed. And this is an example of how you go and find the profit from day one. If I don't see the profit when I purchase the asset, it's not relevant for me. Second, I want to know the upside. I want to know the upside. Are the cap rates in this area lower than what we bought? Are the average rent is higher than what we bought? And things like that. For example, was a deal that we did years ago. We bought a multifamily, 88 apartments. And we came to the area and we talked to the asset manager, and she said, yeah, it's an amazing property. Everyone loves it. We only have 2 apartments open. That means we can't rent some more and we can't get some higher NOI because everything is rented. And at the first sight, I said, okay, it's not interesting because the seller is not going to give us a big discount. We don't have any upside to rent out, to lease any more apartments, only 2. And they're paying average rent for the area. Some more, some less, but it's not enough. And then we said, okay, let's build up a pool. And then we can charge. And she said, no, we have a pool. And I was like, damn, that's not good. So what else can we do? And after talking to the asset manager and going into some of the apartments, I saw that all of the apartments are single persons, 1 bedroom or studios. And I asked her, okay, who are the tenants? And she told me most of them are divorcees or singles or there are no kids in the area, and most of them are singles, not couples. And I was like, okay, what are the two main things that single people for 30 to 40 years old are looking for? What do you think, Erika? The main two things they're looking for
We're talking about in an apartment.
in life.
In life, I would say a partner.
Okay, a partner, but whether it's for a short term or long term, right?
Yeah.
And they want to look good to
Mhm.
that partner. So the next question to that asset manager was, where is the nearest gym? And she was like, oh, yeah, it's around 3 miles from here. And I was like, okay, what's the monthly payment they're paying? And she said it's around $150. And to make a long story short, we used a free space that we had there to build them a gym inside the property. We just built a gym. The gym cost us around 27,000, something like that, with everything inside, with a small bar and things like that, because they need to be together. You had 60% male, 40% female in the apartment. Again, numbers, details. You need to know the details. And we asked her, listen, how much rent are they willing to pay more if we're going to give them a free gym in the the asset? And she said, I don't know, they're paying 150, maybe 100. You said, okay, let's do 100. Every tenant that want to get a chip to get into the I almost said the bar, to the gym slash I don't know, party area, because we did some things that they can see. Let's say that only half of them will pay. Let's say 40 apartments. 40 apartments are $4,000 more per month in rent, right? 100, 40,000. That's almost 50,000 a year. 50,000 a year, remember, it only cost me 27,000. So I'm already winning, already getting more money. And when I will sell the asset with an NOI of 50% higher, that's more than $500,000 in profit. At the end, almost 60 apartments were willing to pay 100 to get into the gym. So that's another way of value add for an asset. You just make another income stream to the asset. And it only cost us 27,000. I mean, the break even was after, I don't know, 4 months, 3 months, 5 months. It's nothing when you look at the asset, and that's even not taking consideration that we sold it. This specific NOI gave us another 600 and something thousand.
Noam, I was thinking about what you were telling me earlier, that you're a creative outside of the box thinker, and that was the that was the perfect example for that. I think next I would like to know, what do you see next on the horizon, Noam? Are you eyeing bigger deals, new markets, or something else entirely?
You mean for us or the market? Because I can answer for both of them. Well,
Say more for you, but you can be more general if you want to.
so we'll start in the general, then I'll talk about us because it's connected. I think that the after 6 months of a lot of question marks about the US market, that most of the people have mostly question marks about the market. I see the market very clearly. I think that the tariffs contracts are going to be very good to the market. We see the numbers of the tariffs income. It's the highest one since they started checking. And again, I'm a numbers guy, so I don't care about what all the anchors are telling or the reporters are writing. I look at the numbers. And although I'm still a bit afraid of the upcoming inflation, but on the long run, I see that the market is very, very tough on the good side. Yeah, it's it's very viable. We see the numbers, we see the new the unemployment rate still very low historically. We see that people have money, the wages are going up, and we see that a lot of countries all across the world are coming to invest in the US. And only if you look at the Gulf countries, the Emirates and the UAE and Qatar and all the contracts that Trump came, I think it was a month ago or 2 months ago, it's going to bring around 200,000 new jobs to the US, to the Midwest. And that's amazing for the market. And yes, you have the inflation on the other side, but if you look at the market, you want people to earn money, because when they earn money, they spend money. And when they spend money, it's good for the economy, to the taxpayers and everything. And I think that the market is going to a very good direction, but we need the interest rates going down. I understand the Fed from their side that we don't have the numbers for the inflation yet, but it's a different world. We're not living in a world that we lived in 20 years ago. In economics, they always checking what's coming up based on the history. But the history is not relevant. The history didn't have AI. The history didn't have a lot of money in the cycle that they printed. 65% of the dollars were printed in the past 5 years. It was never been like that in the history. We have countries all around the world signing tariff contracts with the US. I mean, you can't look at the history as a base for the future at this time. The future is changing. Just look at the AI things. What's going on with AI? Everything is going to change. So you can't base all your decisions on the past. Having said that, if you're going from the macro to the micro, I think that the interest rates are going to be lower. I still believe that we're going to see 2 drops this year. We still have to see what the Fed is going to say today, but I think that September we're going to have the first cut, and right after that another cut. And I think that we're going to close the 2026 with 1.5% down at least. And I'm reminding you, in the end of 2021, I said we're going to get to 5% in the US. So I think that we're on a verge of interest rate cuts, and it's going to be an amazing thing to the economy, to the US economy, because the main thing that businesses needs now is more financing to grow, to open new stores, to get to more locations, and you need finance for that. And again, real estate. Real estate people needs financing, and the American people need more homes. They need more affordable homes. They need more shopping centers. They need everything in order to grow. And you know, in medical, if you're not growing, you are dead. If your vitals are not growing or not moving, you're dead. And this is the same thing. And it's a nature rule. It's a nature rule. If you're not growing, you're dying. It's one of those things. You can't be static in nature. If you look at trees, on anything you look at, you're either growing or dying. So I think that the American economy is growing and is going to be bigger and greater in the next 2 years. And again, for those who are telling that, yeah, and I'm not putting politics inside, it's not relevant, whether you're on the left wing or right wing. If you look at 2026, it's an election year. It's the midterms elections. You can't do crazy things during midterm elections. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. No one ever did crazy things during the midterm elections. So you need to get the economy steady. And for that, you need businesses to grow. And for that, you need lower interest rates. So doesn't matter how you look at it, you're going to have lower interest rates next year. And once you're going to get those interest rates lower, the real estate is going to boom up because in the past 2 years, a lot of young people didn't buy their first homes because it was very expensive. All the families that were growing and having more kids didn't go to a different house, to a bigger house, because they were saying, I have a mortgage with 2.5%. Why would I change that to a 7%? So I'm not changing my house until the interest rates are going down. There again, another group of people, which are huge, that are just sitting on the fence and not buying anything. And investors and basically everyone were sitting on the fence in the past 2 years. And once the interest rates are going to be lower, and I think that the 4% is going to be the verge of change, you're going to see the real estate going up. And I want to be there when it happens, and I want to be with a lot of assets when it happens. So this is what I think. And this is why we're raising money all across the world. We just got approved by the Reg D registration to raise money here in the US. And this is why we're buying as many assets as we can to be ready for the next boom, which I think gonna be in the second half of 2026.
Yeah, that's exciting, Noam. Hey, before we let you go, if someone wants to reach out, connect, or learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach you?
We're all over social. I mean, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Yes, we're on Twitter. We are on Instagram, of course. Anyone can email me. That's easy. I have an easy email, noam@shpalter.com if they need to, or noam@investo-capital.com, or just reach out, DM us. And the main thing that I want our listeners and viewers to understand is that you need to understand what you don't understand. That means that most of the investors doesn't know what they don't know. You don't know that's one of my mentors' lines. You don't know what you don't know until you do know. And this is the reason that you always need to learn new things, to read more, to understand more, to watch in amazing podcasts like yours, to learn as much as you can. I'm still learning. I mean, I've been working with Grant Cardone for the past 6 years, and every day I'm still learning. And I've done deals with $700 million, and I'm still going to real estate seminars to learn, to study new things, because as we said, if you're not growing, you're dying. And I want to grow more and more. And this is the best thing you can do if you want to invest. Just keep on studying all the time. And if anyone have any questions, we're happy to help. We're happy to answer any question. I mean, at least once a day, I get an email about, listen, you don't know me, but I heard you in one of the podcasts, or I know streams or posts on things like that, and I have to ask you a question about a deal that I'm looking at. Bring them on. I mean, we will help you. I mean, I sleep very fast. I have time to answer all the emails or communication. If anyone have any questions, we'll be very happy to help you and to give you from our knowledge. And then the same knowledge gave us for the past 7 years of an average annual return of 16 to 18% to our investors. I mean, that's amazing. Even when the interest rates went up, down, because when you base your investments on knowledge, data, analyze it, and basic basic guidelines, and you're not falling in love with the asset, most likely you will profit. Most likely you will do it very good and you will prosper. But you need to work on it and you need to study on it.
Noam, thanks so much for sharing all of your insights, experience, strategy. I think there's so many listeners that are going to benefit from this today.
It's my pleasure, Erika.
For everyone tuning in, if you got value from this episode, make sure you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pro Show. We've got more conversations lined up with operators like Noam who are building incredible real estate empires. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you, Erika.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.